Hello, so today we're going to go through a kettlebell strength workout. So what you need to have with you, bottle of water, something to keep you hydrated, an exercise mat if you've got one, just to make it a little more comfortable for some of these exercises, and some sort of weight, whether it's a kettlebell like this or just a dumbbell, okay? Preferably you should have 2 of these. So for these exercises, we've got a number of exercises we're going to do. So I'm going to firstly go through a warm-up routine with you. So the first exercise I want to do is just some nice simple body weight lunges. So we're just going to spend a couple of minutes just warming up the body. So forward lunges, taking a nice long stride forwards, pushing the back knee down to the ground, come up and return to standing. Let's go through that process, alternating our legs as we go through, okay? As we keep going through this, we start to get our legs warmed up, and we'll start to kind of raise our heart rate and our breathing rate, just to keep us going all the way through. Good. So as you're doing these lunges, always try and keep your core nice and tight, nice and strong. It'll also help to get good mobility through the hips, so you're not compensating through that core, okay? Good. Okay, one more each side. Good, and rest there. Okay, shake it out. So that's a little bit of a warm up for our legs and our lower body. Now we're going to warm up with our arms, upper body, but also getting a little bit of a stretch down the back of our thigh. Now this is the inchworm exercise that I really like as a warm up. Just to run through kind of 6 times, get your arms, shoulders warm, but also lengthen out and stretch. So what we do, standing through, trying to keep your legs nice and long, knees straight, okay? You're going to take your hands down the front of your thighs to reach the floor. If you can't reach the floor with your legs straight, then you can bend them just a little bit, just to get you there to the floor. Then you're going to walk your hands out to a plank position, push your hips back, rocking your heels closer to the ground. Then walk your way back in to upright. Let's go through 5 more of those. That's it. Try to keep those legs nice and long. There we go. Okay, 2 more. Okay, and that's done there. So a little bit of lower body warm up, a little bit of an upper body warm up, and now we can look at going through our exercises for our circuit today. So I'll get all the equipment together and I'll just talk you through what each of the exercises are going to be. Okay? So if you've got a good selection of weights, you can use different weights for different exercises. So the first exercise we've got here is going to be our squat. So you can either choose to go one weight, just to get yourself going, or if you want, to make it a little bit more challenging, you can just take a weight in each hand, nestling it in the crook of your arm, okay? So we've got the squat, first of all, trying to get nice depth through our squat, keeping our knees out over our toes, okay? And we're always looking to sit our hips backwards in the squat, coming through, sit our hips back, knees out. We don't want the knees coming forwards like this. Sit the hips back. Okay, so that's our squat movement. We then have our single arm crunch lying on the ground. So, you're going to come down onto your mat, knees up, take one weight in your hand, other arm just sit on the floor, and you're just going to push that weight towards the ceiling. That's it. Good. Bring it down, support it, take it down to one side. When you move the weight around, if it's quite heavy, you can just drag it around the top of your head so you're not putting it over the body, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, so that's our single arm crunch. We then come down to our kettlebell deadlift. So taking both weights. For this one, you're going to have a slight bend in those knees, but they're going to stay nice and stiff and locked. The weight's just in front of you. What we do, keep our back strong and our shoulders back. We're going to push our hips backwards and bend through the hip. That's it. Then we're going to push our hips forwards again and squeeze our glutes at the top to contract for that deadlift. From the side, go through. That's it. So hips go back, then hips come forwards. Okay, so the back stays nice and straight the whole time. Next exercise, we have our heel touches. So back to the mat for our core again. Lying on our back, trying to push that lower back flat to the floor. Shoulders off the ground. Then you're just going to reach your hand towards one heel, and then come back to centre and reach the other side. That's it. And you're just going to alternate the side that you touch, okay? So, that's our heel touches. We then have our push press with our weights. So we're going to come through. Again, having a weight in each hand, nestled into the arm, keeping your core on, your abs nice and tight. We're going to have a little bit of a squat, just a tiny squat, and use push with your legs, and use that momentum to get our shoulders working and push our weights towards the ceiling. Okay, that's our push press. From there, we go on to our kettlebell row, picking those weights up. Again, so similar to that deadlift movement, knees slightly bent, but keep them stiff. Keep that back nice and strong, push the hips back until we're leant over from the hip. Good, and then we're just going to row the kettlebells towards our chest, okay? Keep that moving. When you bring the kettlebell up, squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top, okay? Final exercise, we're going to go with leg raises. So back down to your mat, coming down, okay? Have your legs up as straight as you can. Lower your legs and bring them up. You want to try and keep that lower back flat on the floor. So if you bring the legs down, your back starts to arch, then just don't take your legs down as low. So it might be you only get to here, just to keep that lower back flat on the floor. If that's too difficult, you can do one leg at a time, making sure we keep that lower back strong, abs tight the whole time. Okay, so that's our circuit with our exercises. That's how to go through them all. What we'll do, I'll just set up our timer and then we will get ready to go. So, I'm going to do this workout with you and you're just going to follow along. We're going to have 3 different levels in terms of your fitness. So, beginners, you're going to do this circuit, each exercise for 30 seconds. intermediates or kind of general fitness, you can do it for 40 seconds. And then the advanced, you're going to do it for 50 seconds. Now we start each exercise on the minute. So the guys who are doing 30 seconds, you'll have 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest. Intermediates, you'll have 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. Advanced or expert, you'll have 50 seconds on and only 10 seconds rest between exercises. But then at the end of each round, we're going to have 90 seconds rest. Okay? And we're going to do 3 rounds today. Okay, so starting off with our squats. Here we go, and straight into it. Good. So remember, keep those knees out over your toes. Sit your hips back with the squat. Good. Keep it going. Okay, beginners, you can stop there. That's 30 seconds. Rest there for intermediates, which I'm doing today. Okay, 20 seconds rest for me. Okay, an advanced, stop there. Okay, we're going to get down into single arm crunch. One hand in the air. 2, 1, off we go. Just going to push that weight towards the ceiling. Raising your shoulder off the ground. Good, working our abs and our obliques. Three, 2, 1 for beginners, finish. Rest for intermediates. Okay, rest for advanced experts. Short break and we'll do our other hand. Okay, so set yourself up, hands will the ceiling and off we go. Good, so keep pushing, getting that shoulder off the ground, and beginner's finish. And intermediates finish there. Okay, good, I'm going to move through. Okay, experts finish. 10 seconds quick turnaround, we've got our deadlift movement, okay? So, both kettlebells up and off we go. Keep those legs nice and stiff, push those hips back, that's it. Keep our back nice and straight, nice and strong. Good. We're going to squeeze our glutes, squeeze our bum muscles as you stand upright. At the top. Good. Keep your shoulders nice and strong. Try and keep your shoulder blades close together throughout the movement. Beginners can finish there. Okay, intermediates finish. And then 5 seconds for the advanced. And finish there. Okay, coming down to our heel touches next. Down to the floor, knees bent, lower back against the floor, and off we go. Alternating the sides, touching with hands to the heel. Good, so keeping that lower back down. Keep the shoulders off the ground. Okay, beginner's finish. Intermediate's finish there. Okay, good work. Okay, experts finish. Okay, we've got our push press next. Getting our weights up into our hands. That's it. Resting in between the forearm and shoulder. So off we go. Little push with the legs and then drive the weights towards the ceiling. Good. Keep it going. Okay, beginners, finish there. And intermediates finish. Good. Okay, settle yourself down. Okay, experts finish there. Okay, we're going to come into our row. Finding your weight. Again, folding from the hips. Hips back, pull the kettlebell up to your chest. Or the weights. Good. Bring the shoulders back, shoulder blades closer together as you get to the top of that movement. Back nice and strong, keep it straight. Good. Keep pushing. Okay, beginners finish there. And intermediates finish. Good. Okay, we're going to get down to the floor for our last exercise of the round, our leg raises. Experts finish there. Good. So remember, lower back flat against the floor, legs up, and off we go. Sit. Try and keep that lower back flat against the floor, only lowering the legs as far as you can keep the back flat. That's it. To help, you can place your thumb on both hands underneath your bum, just to support those hips. Beginners finish there. Intermediates finish. Excellent. Okay, that's the end of round one almost, and experts finish there. Awesome, we're all done. First round done. We've got two more of those to go. So take this time, settle your heart rate down, settle your breathing down. I'm just going to have to take a layer off, getting warm, starting to get a bit of a sweat on for the last two rounds. Good. So, hope you guys are following along well. Going to keep with it, try and keep those timings. So find your level, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and keep it going. 40 seconds until we start the next round. That's it. Okay, so we're going to start off with those squats again. Remember, you can either go one weight between both hands or a weight in each hand, depending on how strong you're feeling so far. Okay. Good, psych yourself up, 10 seconds to go. Okay, 5 seconds, find your position. 2, 1, off we go. Remember that form on our squats, keeping our knees out we're trying to get our hips as low as possible, because we're driving our hips backwards and down, and you bring them forwards and up, squeezing those glutes at the top. Okay, beginner's finish. Intermediate finish there. Good. Coming down to our mat. Okay, experts finish. Okay, single arm crunch. Choose your side. Weight up to the ceiling. And off we go. Good. So just push the weight towards the ceiling. Raising one shoulder off the floor. So by doing one arm, we get our obliques moving, which are on the side of our abs, and they work that rotation. Okay, beginners, finish there. Intermediates finish. Okay. Experts finish there. Move the weight round. We're going to come up to the other side. So up with the other arm. Off we go. Beginners finish. Just keep it going. Everyone else. Intermediates finish there. Okay, coming back to our feet. Experts finish. Okay, we've got our deadlift next. Both weights, one in each hand. Find your position. Off we go. So you push your hips backwards, push your hips forwards. Keep that back nice and straight. Keep those knees stiff. You want a little bit of bend in those knees, but that same range of motion all the way through the movement. Keep your shoulders strong. Try and bring your shoulders back so your shoulder blades are closer together behind you. Beginners, stop there. Okay, intermediates finish. And we're going to come down to our mat for our heel touches. Okay, experts finish there. Okay, 5 seconds. And off we go, touching to either side, keep that lower back flat on the floor. So if you have been having trouble touching your heels, just bring them closer towards your bum. If actually that's quite easy, take them further away. Just try and get a little bit more reach in there, okay? Beginners, finish there. Intermediates, finish. Good. Bring ourselves back up again. Okay, experts, finish there. Back into our push press. Okay, so weights up. You're going to have that little squat and push over the top. Okay, if you go, really squat, push the way up. beginner's finish there. Intermediate finish. Okay, good stuff. Awesome team. Experts finish there. Okay, we're going to come through into our row. Both weights up. Okay, going to lean, bending from the hips, back straight. Off we go. Pull towards our chest. That's it, good. Keep that back strong. Push our hips backwards, so our weight over the heels of our feet. We don't want to be falling forwards and have our weight over our toes. So keep your hips back. Okay, beginner's finish. Intermediate finish there. Okay, we're going to come down for the final exercise of the round again. Experts finish. Into our leg raises once more. So remember, you can do both legs or alternate the legs. Off we go. Try and keep that lower back flat on the floor the whole time. Keeping those abdominals switched on. Okay, beginners finish there. Okay, intermediates finish. Good. Okay, just take a break. Have a little rest. Experts finish there. Good, so we've got one last round to go. So we should start to be feeling, we're getting a little bit tired now, particularly some of those exercises with the weights. Those last few reps, that last kind of 5 to 10 seconds, it's feeling a little bit difficult. As we go through, I want you to try and keep to your level, okay? Keep to the level you've chosen and push through for this last round, okay? Moving all the way through. So you should have a good grip, a good handle of the exercises now. So 30 seconds, continue to take some slow, deep breaths. Just start to settle that heart rate down again. Have some more water. Okay, so we've got 10 seconds. So start to find your position again. 5 seconds, bring the weights up. 1, and off we go. Back into that squat. Still trying to get our hips low. Keeping our knees out over our toes. So this is going to be a hard round, we've got to keep going. Okay, beginner's finish. Intermediate finish there. Okay, come down to the floor. Experts finish there. Okay, single arm crunch. One weight towards the ceiling. And off we go. Good, try and keep that arm straight. Continue to bring that shoulder off the ground. of the arm that's pressing towards the ceiling. Beginner's finish. Intermediate finish. And experts finish there. Get a short rest. Come back to the other side, okay? Weight up to the ceiling. And off we go. Beginner's finish. Intermediate finish. Good, come back to our feet. Experts finish there. Okay, we've got our deadlift again. So picking both weights up. Here we go, strong backs, off we go. Keep those knees relatively straight. Just a slight amount of bend in there. But the legs stay stiff. It's only the hips that move. They push back, they push forwards. Squeezing our glutes at the top. Don't get lazy with those shoulders. Try and keep your shoulder blades close together behind you. Okay, beginner's finish. Intermediate finish there. Okay, coming down to the floor again. And experts finish. Heel touches next. Okay, remember both shoulders off the floor. And off we go, touching, alternating heels. Good, keep that lower back flat against the floor. Shoulders off the ground the whole time. Okay, beginner's finish. Intermediate finish. Good. Okay, experts finish there. Okay, we've got our push press. Last few exercises, make it count. Weights in either hand. Off we go. Small squat. Use the momentum. Push the weights to the ceiling. Try and keep your abs engaged and your abs tight. Don't want to see, or we want you to feel your lower back arching or bending backwards. So keep those abs tight the whole time. Beginner's finish. Keep going. Intermediate finish. Oh, it's tough. Okay, experts finish there. 2 more exercises. We've got our row next. Picking those weights up. Bending over and off we go. Pull the weights towards your chest. Remember, push your hips backwards so your weight's on the heels. beginner's finish. Intermediate finish there. Awesome. Okay, experts. Last few seconds. And finish. Okay, down to the floor, leg raises. Last exercise. And off we go. Push that lower back to the floor. Keep breathing all the way through. Last exercise, let's make it count. Okay, beginner's finish there. Okay, intermediate finish. Just got the experts to go. Awesome work. Okay, experts finish there. Oh, great stuff. So, I hope like me, you managed to find in particular that last step in most of the exercises just starting to get a little bit tough as we get through that. So, great thing about the circuit training, building strength, working on those muscles, but with the lower rest periods, you're also getting quite a good cardio effect, just to help kind of burn a lot more of those calories. Okay, so to finish off, let's just have a little bit of a stretch, okay? Just to ease ourselves down. So let's start off with our glutes, okay? So a nice stretch that I like to do, called a pigeon stretch. So you just bring one foot out in front of you, push the knee down sideways to the floor. That's it. So you're all facing straight, legs out to the side. You're trying to get those hips low to the floor, just to stretch through that glute on this forward leg. Okay? Just going to hold through there for a few seconds. Just take this time to settle your breathing rate. And as you breathe out, you might be able to get a little bit deeper in that stretch. If you need to, take your chest down towards your knee to find that a little bit more. Okay, come out of that stretch, bring that foot back. We're going to come forward on the other side, okay? Foot across, knee down to the side, body facing forwards, the other leg's out behind you. That's it. Slow your breathing rate down. That's it. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, try and get that hip a little bit closer to the ground. Or you can kind of lean forwards, get your chest closer to that front knee. Good, coming out of that stretch. Awesome. Okay, so front of the hip and thigh. I'm going to come into this position, 90 degrees, both knees, okay? Tighten your abs, make sure that's nice and tight. And push your hips forwards, feel that stretch down the front of the thigh, front of the hip. Come as far forward as you can, keeping that abs tight. If you want and you can balance, you can just grab that foot as well, just to put a little bit more stretch on the quad and the front of the thigh. And hold nice and steady. It's good if you've got something to balance on. If you're by a sofa or a chair, just use your other hands to stabilise yourself. So you can just concentrate on that stretch. Okay, good. Take that foot down, we'll swap over, other side. Good. Push that hip forward, abs nice and tight. Stretching through the front of the thigh and hip on that kneeling side. Good. Just try and take hold of that foot again. Good. Find your balance. Core tight. Good. Feel that stretch through the front of the thigh and the kneeling leg. Good. Just release that foot. Okay, this time, kneeling, both knees. Take your knees just wider than your hips, okay? Sit them back towards your heels. You're going to walk out with your hands. Walk out as far as you can with your hands to stretch through your shoulders. Then try and bring your hips back a little bit more closer to your feet. Again, taking slow, deep breaths. Good. Coming up from there. Okay, come to standing. Just going to work the back of the thigh. So taking one foot out in front. Keep that leg straight. Pull your hips backwards. And lean forwards from the hip. Keep that back straight just to pull a stretch down the back of your thigh and the hamstring. Coming up, swapping over, other foot forwards, knees straight, push your hips backwards, keep that back nice and straight. Good, coming up. Okay, last couple of ones for upper body. We'll take our hands together, interlock your fingers, push your hands down and behind you, just to stretch out through the chest. Again, taking some nice, slow, deep breaths. Last one, similar but out in front, interlock your fingers, push your hands away from you, separating your shoulder blades behind on your back, then tuck your chin in. Allow your head to relax down, keep pushing your hands away. Come back in. Okay, awesome. So, hope you enjoyed that and check out again. Look forward to seeing you on the next workout.